Good evening, I'm Shane Jones, leading the news at 7. Barbados has a new state-of-the-art medical facility, and it's being positioned to have a positive impact not just on the island's healthcare system, but on its overall development as well. Kent Jerson has the story.
Premier Medical Center has been offering its services at 3rd Avenue, Belleville, St. Michael since January. But this was the official opening. Director Giles Carmichael said the facility will provide world-class service and patient-centered care.
These types of facilities give their customers the convenience of arriving to a quick and easy administration process, undergoing their procedure with a surgeon of their choosing or preference, recovering in a comfortable setting with all the amenities of their home, and being discharged safely, all within the space of a day.
He added that it will also feature state-of-the-art equipment,
including 2 modern operating theaters built to international standards and adequately equipped to handle both major and minor surgeries, minimally invasive laparoscopic, endoscopic, and surgical technologies to meet the needs of ambulatory specialties, a computerized clinical environment with the convenience of electronic medical records, automated patient scheduling, and computerized patient ledgers.
Noting that Barbados already has a reputation for providing high-quality medical services, Mr. Carmichael expects the benefits to go beyond the healthcare system.
In due course, Premier will therefore contribute nationally by reducing loads on our public medical facilities, combined with attracting needed foreign currency to the national economy.
It's a point not lost on Chief Medical Officer Dr. Joy St. John, who congratulated the operators on the opening.
The World Health Organization predicts that health and travel will be one of the world's largest industries by the year 2022. This time is therefore opportune for Premier Surgical Center to establish an excellent reputation for Barbados in the area of medical tourism, thereby branding Barbados as a healthy tourism destination of choice.
Dr. St. John said the Ministry of Health remains committed to maintaining an enabling environment for investment in healthcare. Kent Jerson, CBC News.
A new piece of technology will allow children to be eye screened from as young as 5 months old. The news came during a $10,000 donation to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in the form of a Plus Optics vision screening machine from the St. Nicholas Abbey. The piece of portable equipment is less than 5 years old and will help healthcare providers detect the most prevalent vision disorders in children. Meanwhile, consultant pediatrician Dr. Clyde Cave says children could not be diagnosed for problems related to their vision at such a young age. He believes this donation will make early interventions more possible.
And the reality is we don't know because we've never screened everybody. His answer was, there must be problems because there are children wearing glasses, but you only pick that up when there's a problem. We haven't gone looking for it early, so this will give us new information.
The donation marks the 5th year St. Nicholas Abbey has given to the pediatrics department at the QEH. Marketing manager Camilla Warren says the Abbey is happy to assist the island's children.
We work with Dr. Cave and Dr. St. John each year to ask them what equipment they particularly need that would be within our budget of what we raise. And then, with the money that we raise, we buy the equipment and then we come and donate it to the hospital. And I think we really like we've got a great working partnership with the doctors and with the hospital. I love children, so we particularly want to benefit local children in Barbados every year. And I think by donating a specific piece of equipment, for us it's really nice because we can see where the money is going, make sure it's going to the right place, to the children.
Come out and get tested for HIV. That's the message being sent to Barbadians by the Caribbean Media Alliance ahead of its regional testing day this Friday. Executive Director for Live Up, Dr. Alison Leacock, is confident people will turn out. She was speaking on CBC TV8's Morning Barbados.
We do expect a bumper crowd at all of the Scotiabank branches, in their vicinity at least, not inside the branches necessarily, at Carlton Supermarket. And then on Saturday, what we're doing for the first time this year, one of our other partners, the Barbados Evangelical Association, they're going to be hosting, in partnership with the ministry and ourselves, a major health fair. Reverend Dr. Nigel Taylor came up with the idea. We think it's an excellent idea because people can also get tested for syphilis. They can get their blood pressure, their sugar levels tested. You can get a mini massage. You can hear about health insurance.
While there have been some changes in attitudes towards persons living with HIV, behavior change and communication specialist Cecilia Murray says more work is needed, especially among young people.
Actually, we have a T2S program, a transition to secondary school program, which will be rolling out in September, where we focus on our youth. We go into every secondary school in Barbados, and we have a program dealing with stress management with respect to HIV and AIDS, bullying, substance abuse, gender, because you recognize that HIV and AIDS is not in a vacuum. It works in hand with every other area in our lives. It works in hand with our mental, it works in hand with our physical, it works in hand with our emotional and our social. So when we're creating these programs for the youth, we work in hand with every aspect of their lives that would be touched with respect to HIV and AIDS.
Wholesome diets, once commonplace in Barbados, have been a casualty of the country's increasing development. Labour Minister Dr. Esther Bayasuku says they've been replaced with unhealthy fast food.
A lot of countries that aspire to be wealthy and to be developed, we have brought with that some very bad habits, and we have imported some bad habits and some bad lifestyles, which include sitting around the house and not doing gardening and not walking outside and chatting with the neighbors and not eating wholesome food. A lot of us have resorted to fast foods.
The minister made the comments during the launch of the Community Development Department's health program in Ellerton, St. George. She adds that the impact of bad health practices on the national insurance scheme must also be considered, in addition to the country's aging population and declining birth rate.
When you're not living a healthy lifestyle, and so you are homesick, that's the National Insurance Fund you're tapping into. When you have to come out permanently unfit for work because of your eyesight gone because of diabetes, or you had a heart attack and now you can barely move around, or you lost a foot, so it's not convenient for you to get to work or to do that job. All of these things, then you're tapping into the national insurance. So you're not being healthy and you're not working to contribute. But because of your illness or your early retirement, then you're taking money out of the national insurance.
Calypsonians and soca artists won't be the only ones driving away in style for Crop Over 2017. That's because the National Cultural Foundation teamed up with Consolidated Finance and MQI to offer a brand new fully loaded Mazda 2 with the new Skyactiv technology and body for the Festival Designer of the Year. The announcement was made this afternoon at McInerney Quality Inc., who are the sponsors of the top prize for the Sweet Soca and Party Monarch winners. It was a special moment for Vice President of Credit at Consolidated Finance, Francis Parvicino.
For many years, my niece, Renee Shepherd-Ratcliffe, supported by her fellow band leaders, was a strong proponent for a vehicle prize in recognition of and as an incentive for the continued commitment to the heartbeat of Grand Kadooment, costume design. For without it, there would be no splendor of masquerade. In answer to their plea, Consolidated Finance is pleased to announce our sponsorship of this beautiful blue Mazda 2 as prize vehicle for the Festival Design of the Year. So for the first time, our designers will be rewarded in line with the musicians.
Culture Minister Stephen Lashley says the designers of the festival deserve a prize of this magnitude.
This really is a signal tribute to the artistry and the commitment of our band designers. And I always say that they have consistently over the years continued to bring color and pomp to our festival. And like all of our partners, are deserving of accolades and outstanding prizes like the one we have behind me.
Minister Lashley encouraged all designers to continue their fantastic work and to share their skills.
This really is a signal tribute to the artistry and the commitment of our band designers. And I always say that they have consistently over the years continued to bring color and pomp to our festival. And like all of our partners, are deserving of accolades and outstanding prizes like the one we have behind me.
We'll take a short break and come back with more news.
Don't let your data experience slow you down. Step up to Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network, more than twice as fast as the slow network. Get more with Digicel. Digicel, the fastest 4G network in Barbados. Dial *153# to sign up to Digicel today.
Yes is a beautiful word. It empowers us. It brings satisfaction. And since you earn up to 3% cash back on everyday purchases with the Scotiabank Gold MasterCard, that's a lot of satisfaction, a lot more often. Plus, you get a welcome bonus from the get-go. Scotiabank Gold MasterCard is the card that keeps on giving, so it's easier for you to create many more precious yes moments. Apply today.
So, in an effort to test the credibility of this so-called speed squad, we have some random questions for you to answer. How quickly can you change clothes? The bag of groceries on the table. How fast can you guys prepare a meal? And go! All right. Which network gives you the speed you prefer and enjoy?
Join the fastest team and shift your Flow Fiber broadband into high gear by upgrading now at no extra cost for 3 months. Plus, enjoy the best of Flow TV for free.
Last question. Who's the fastest?
I had to ask. Upgrade now.
It's time Barbados moves the transportation industry from the use of fossil fuel to renewable energy. This view from Minister with Responsibility for Energy, Senator Darcy Boyce. He says the idea will be a wise one since transportation is the second largest user of fossil fuel.
That transition period obviously is going to be a tricky one where we have to manage it very carefully. The technology continues to change every day. The costs of different technology it's changing every day, and so we've got to be fairly careful with how we manage that transition. But manage it we must. And the loan that was signed last week by Minister Sinclair and the IDB is part of the effort to transition the economy away from the dirtier fossil fuels.
In a few years from now, government could be saving millions of dollars in lighting costs. It will all come about when all of the island's street lights will be replaced with LED technology. The Barbados Light and Power has partnered with government along with the European Commission and the Inter-American Development Bank to get this project underway. Managing Director at Barbados Light and Power Limited, Roger Blackman, says LED lights are more environmentally friendly and require less maintenance. He was speaking at government headquarters where the project's contract was signed.
This change-out will also make way for improved lighting quality and consequently enhanced safety. We know that our customers count on us. Today's sign-in demonstrates our commitment to providing energy to power every moment of every day and to working together for solutions to power a sustainable tomorrow. Finally, I'd like to thank again the IDB, the European Commission, and the Barbados government for your work in bringing us to this point on this very exciting project which will benefit our island.
Energy Minister Senator Darcy Boyce says Barbados will save millions of dollars.
Government itself is a very large user of electricity, and street lighting is a significant part of that usage. So this project saves us a couple $1 million a year, $3 million a year or so. It's important. It's a small amount in context of government of Barbados, but it is a start.
A local entertainer is pleading with Barbadians to cultivate a greater sense of national confidence, the absence of which he believes is holding the country back. Mark Fingal was speaking to a group of secondary school students at a ceremony to end a UNICEF-sponsored workshop on the Convention on the Rights of the Child. Mr. Fingal says Barbadians are reluctant to recognize themselves among the greatest people in the world. He's pleading with Barbadians to exude more confidence.
You see, when tongue hold on your head, you know what we're going to call you? I can call you slave. That's the name we're going to call you. Because in days of slavery, you had to hold on your head. You couldn't look at master's face. You had to hold on, yes, master, yes, master, yes, master. But we're free now. So I want you to show that you're free. Walk with confidence, talk with confidence, it exude from you. That's the problem we got with you. You don't have no confidence.
In developing the confidence necessary to take the country forward, Mr. Fingal wants Barbadians to take note of the example of world leaders.
How come you accept that Chinese one of the best in the world? America one of the best in the world, Canada one of the best in the world, England one of the best in the world. You're going to tell me all the time, we just one of the best in Barbados. We live in the same world as the rest. We got the same two hands, same two feet, same two eyes, same two ears, same brain. Am I clear to y'all? Yes, sir. Am I clear to y'all? Yes, sir. So that's how I want to think. I want to understand that Red Plaster is one of the best songwriters in the world. I want to understand that the Mighty Jabby is one of the best singers in the world. I want to understand Stokey King, one of the best draft players. I want to understand Rihanna, one of the best entertainers. Gary Sowers, one of the best cricketers. So Nicholas Brancard, one of the best music in the world. I want to understand that.
The proper use of mobile technology should be part of the school's curriculum. That's the view of educational technology expert Dr. Kay Jurub. She made the comments during an internet safety workshop for primary school students. While not stating her position on the use of cell phones in schools, she says at the very least the theory of mobile technology should be taught.
We have to, as we would teach for the rest of the curriculum, be it maths, English, other subjects, we need to make sure that they know how to use particular social apps, social media apps which are available on these devices. And it's this whole concept of digital citizenship which we need to be putting across. And the place, I think, or the time has now come for that to be an important part of the curriculum, but not that to advocate the use of such technology, but to teach and to educate, because education is the key to their use of these devices.
Principals, parents and guardians of children expected to participate in a human chain link tomorrow morning are advised that it has been postponed. The 2,000 school children expected to form a human link tomorrow at the garrison will have to wait a little longer. The event will now be held on Friday morning at 9:30 due to pending inclement weather linked to an approaching tropical wave. It forms part of activities by the Barbados Tourism Product Authority as it prepares to launch the I Am Tourism initiative. Well, after the break, we'll take a look at stories making headlines across our region.
I have diabetes and every decision I make is important. I choose Glucerna to maintain a healthy nutrition. I drink it and recommend it to my patients.
Glucerna with Carb Steady is designed for people with diabetes, helps minimize blood sugar spikes, and it's delicious. Glucerna, your good decision of the day.
This is a serious problem in Trinidad. What is diabetes?
There are two forms. Diabetes type 1, when your body stops producing insulin. Type 2 diabetes is a result of poor lifestyle. Type 2 diabetes is associated with being overweight, having high blood pressure, at higher risk for heart disease. It is a very serious problem.
Do not wait until it's too late. Let Omega XL be the first step in the right direction.
Get your Omega XL today. Live long, stay strong with Omega XL.
Are you positive? You are negative. HIV free.
Are you positive? You are negative. Get tested and see.
Are you positive? You are negative. Are you okay?
Are you positive? You are negative. Get tested today.
Live Up, the Caribbean Media Alliance, in association with Scotiabank, PANCAP, and local ministries and departments of health, are for the 10th anniversary of Regional Testing Day, providing free HIV testing and counseling. Visit us online at iliveup.info for a schedule and full list of testing sites. Shouldn't you know your status? Live up for those you love, protect, and respect. Come on, get tested.
Are you positive? You are negative. Live today.
In Ghana, an outreach by a group of social workers in Region 9 has revealed troubling figures of unreported child abuse and sexual abuse cases. Ayana George reports.
The Ministry of Education, Ghana Responsible Parenthood Association, and the Child Care and Protection Agency collaborated to conduct an extensive outreach in Anai and Central Letem, Region 9, to promote the protection of children. Senior Probation and Social Service Officer for Region 9, Aretha Sankar, reported on what the team discovered.
What we find many of the times is that the cases or the incident has happened, but there's no one to report. People are scared to do reporting. And as a result of that, with our community group, and so they were able to liaison with us and feed us back, so we would know exactly what is going on with our community so we can take fast action.
She added that the visit to Region 9 resulted in the formation of a community-based group with functions to immediately report issues of child abuse since there is no probation officer in the area. The group, which comprised social workers, health officers, and probation officers, strongly believes there is a need for more collaboration to educate and protect children in the hinterland regions.
We are trying to incorporate all the agencies possible so that we can have a better partnership in working to protect our Guyanese children. So as a result of that, yes, we would need to have the Ministry of Public Health incorporated into our next visit to Region 9.
The group also registered 3 daycare units under the Child Care and Protection Agency Act and regulations.
2 Bulgarian nationals have been arrested after being caught tampering with an ATM machine in Trinidad and Tobago. They are due to appear in court later this week after they were detained last weekend by police. Police say Dimitar Gorgiev, a 47-year-old fisherman, and 22-year-old student Tonko Tonkev have been charged with ATM fraud. Police say the men possessed a card-making machine. They have been charged by the fraud squad with possession of that machine in breach of the Electronic Transfer of Funds Act. Opposition legislators in Grenada staged a walkout today during debate on the hydrocarbon incentive bill. They are protesting the ruling by the President of the Senate, Chester Humphrey, that the presentation of the leader of the main opposition National Democratic Congress, Nazim Burke, was irrelevant. Opposition Senator Keith Clouden joined Burke and the other NDC legislator in walking out of the chamber. The walkout followed the decision by Humphrey to accept the point of relevance concern raised by the leader of the government business, Simon Steele, on the grounds that Burke's contribution was not relevant to the legislation. Burke, however, argued against the move, but Humphrey said he was in agreement with Steele that the contribution was not relevant, to which Burke responded by saying he will say nothing further on the bill. A peek into the world of sports is just ahead, but before we get there, here's a tip from Cooperators General Insurance.